Today I visited the most precious and auspicious place in my life, that is Cathedral Church. Cathedral Church is a part and parcel of my life, and I spent most of my time praying, looking at Cathedral, because since when I got married in 1993 till 2000, I was there living next to Cathedral, and I was watching at Cathedral every time. I was praying, and every hourly verse the clock was telling, I used to write it down. I used to claim those verses in my life. That's how I own Cathedral of my own. I still remember the days I stood on the podium to read the words of God, and sometimes in the New Year service, I got the opportunity to read the words. And Christopher also used to read the words every New Year service. And it was a wonderful experience that we cherish at Cathedral. When my sons were born, they were baptized at Cathedral, and every time, the most precious and auspicious times I spent in Cathedral. And as it was my neighborhood, I sometimes used to walk around Cathedral as an exercise, and I used to pray a lot in Cathedral. And I still remember the day when my dad was contesting in the bishop election in the year 2004, I believe. I was praying, I think it was on October 2004. I was just looking at Cathedral and I was praying, Lord, let it happen, let it happen. And I think 2002 when I prayed, it was a failure. It was the secretary election where my dad lost his election. That time it was, I could see a tree standing at the Cathedral, and it was a very barren tree I saw. And God promised me that it is still not going to be the same. There will be days coming that it would be blooming. And I prayed and I just forgotten about it. And after 2 years, when my dad was contesting in the bishop election, I was praying. I was hoping for the best, and God kept his promises, and my dad won in the election. And at that time, when I look through the windows to see the tree, it was blooming like anything. It was the flame of forest tree, so I could see the beautiful red flowers. That showed me that God has kept his promises. And on the same day, my mother got the verse, பட்ட மரமென்று சொல்லாயாக என்று ஏசாயா தீர்க்கன் சொன்ன வசனங்கள் அம்மாவுக்கு அன்னைக்கு வந்திருக்குது. நான் உனக்கு என் குமாரர்களும் என் குமாரத்திக்கும் மேலான இடத்தை கொடுப்பேன் என்று மொழியாது நித்திய நாமத்தை தருவேன்னு சொன்ன மாதிரி, பிஷப் கிறிஸ்டோஃபர் ஆசிருங்கிற அந்த ஒரு பெர்மனண்ட் நேமை, பிஷப் அம்மா அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு நேமை மை மதர் குட் ஏபிள் டு கெட் as a promise in the Church of Cathedrals. That was the place where I went this day, that is the 27th of December 2025. I could feel a difference in the way people accepted us, people invited us, people welcomed us. I could definitely feel a difference that they were putting us down, and we were not recognized properly. But yet I believe that my God never allows us to go down, because in Isaiah 58:13 there was a promise saying that I will keep you in the highest places of the corners of the world. So my dad is not going to give me up just like that, and he will keep up his promises in my life. And it's going to be a miraculous and marvelous wonder happening in my life. And in the same place where I was put down, that God will lift up my head. And it is not that I was put down, but it was the name of the Lord was put down. That's what I felt. And definitely a day will come that God is going to lift us all. And it's going to be a marvelous day, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful experience. And miraculous things are going to happen in our life. And that's what I just felt when I just knelt down in the church, in the altar, when I knelt down and prayed. Tears rolled down through my cheeks, and I was praying, Lord, I know that you will keep up the promises. You are not the man to change time to time. Your promises are everlasting and it's permanent. என்னோடு கூட நித்திய உடன்படிக்கை ஏற்படுத்தின தேவன், எனக்கு நித்திய சுதந்திரத்தை தருகிறவன், நித்திய கிருபையினால் எனக்கு இறங்குகிற தேவன். And it's going to happen in my life. And God will never let me down. God will never let me down. God will never let me down. He will keep up His promises as He has promised. நான் உனக்கு என்றும் அழியாத நித்திய நாமத்தை தருவேன். நான் உனக்கு நித்திய கிருபையுடன். ஸோ நித்திய நாமத்தை தருகிற தேவன், நித்திய நாமத்தை தருகிற தேவன். ஸோ all His covenants are everlasting. All His promises are everlasting. All the name He has given us is everlasting. We are His precious children. We are the royal diadem in the hands of God. And it's all wonderful and beautiful. God has done it in His own time. And everything will happen in its own time appropriately. And there's going to be the days coming up that God is going to lift us up. And that's how I feel in my spirit, and I cherish the moments. Definitely wonderful things are coming up on my life and on my way. And 31st I'm supposed to share the word of God with my children, and I feel and I redeem that it's going to என்றும் அழியாத நித்திய நாமத்தை உனக்கு தருவேன், நித்திய கிருபையுடன் உனக்கு இறங்குவேன், நித்திய சுதந்திரத்தை உனக்கு கொடுப்பேன், நித்திய உடன்படிக்கை அவனோடு கூட பண்ணியிருக்கிறேன். ஸோ நித்தியமாக நம்மோடு கூட செய்கிற பல காரியங்கள், நித்தியமான ஆசீர்வாதங்கள், நித்தியமான கிருபை வரங்கள். So He's a covenant God. He makes covenant with us. And people tend to break their covenant. Look at the marriage proposals. They break the covenant. The promises they kept in front of thousands of people, in front of the family members, they break that covenant. But God is not a person who breaks the covenant. He will keep up His words.